Hello and welcome to the Green Building Rating Systems and Certifications module, which is part of the Sustainable Buildings Training Series. In this short video, you're going to learn about green building rating systems and certifications. And we're also going to talk about why they're important and how we can apply them in our buildings. Discussions and debates about actions that need to be taken to address the effects and limits of exponential human growth on resource consumption and waste production have been going on for decades. In 1983, the United Nations commissioned the World Commission on Environment and Development to address growing concerns regarding the degradation of natural resources and the human environment, as well as the implication of the degradation on economic and social development. In 1987, the World Commission on Environment and the Environment released the report Our Common Future, which defined sustainable development as development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Green building systems and certifications measure the environmental impact of buildings by considering factors such as energy efficiency, water conservation, and resource efficiency. There are close to 600 different types of green building rating systems and certifications that one can choose from. Each of these has strengths and weaknesses. The history of green building rating systems dates back to 1990 with the launch of BREEAM, Building Research Establishment Assessment Method in the United Kingdom. BREEAM was the first rating tool to assess building performance based on specified target values and a defined criteria. The U.S. Green Building Council, also known as the USGBC, was formed in 1993, and it launched the Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design LEED rating system in 2000. Other systems have emerged in other countries. These include HQE in France, DGNB in Germany, Australia's Green Star, Japan's CASB, Hong Kong's BEAM, Singapore's BCA, that's Building and Construction Authority Green Mark system. Now let's talk about LEED, the most common green building rating system in the United States. It was established by the U.S. Green Building Council in 1998. LEED is a set of rating systems that aim to improve the environmental and health performance of buildings, their sites, and neighborhoods. LEED can be used to assess the design, construction, and operations of any type of building. The rating system focuses on key areas: location and transportation, sustainable sites, water efficiency, energy and atmosphere, materials and resources, indoor environmental quality, innovation, and regional priority. A LEED certification can be obtained by meeting prerequisites and earning points in each category. The total points earned are used to designate a building as certified, silver, gold, or platinum. Buildings certified with LEED symbolize sustainability achievement and leadership because more sustainable practices have been incorporated into the design, construction, and use of the building. Now let's talk about the Living Building Challenge. The Living Building Challenge is an international building certification program launched in 2006 by the nonprofit International Living Future Institute. It is one of the world's most stringent and ambitious sustainable building standards because it strives to minimize harm and create buildings that contribute positively to their surroundings. The certification process comprises 7 performance areas or pedals: place, water, energy, health, happiness, materials, equity, and beauty. Each pedal addresses a specific aspect of sustainability. The pedals are further divided into 20 imperatives. Here is something unique about the Living Building Challenge. Certification is granted only after a full year of operation, once the building has demonstrated that all the imperatives have been met. The intent here is to ensure that the certified buildings meet the highest sustainability standards and that they positively impact their communities. There are 3 levels of certification available: the Living Building Certification, Petal Certification, and Net Zero Energy Building Certification.
Now let's take a step further and talk about an example of an ambitious energy efficiency outcome: net zero buildings. A net zero building produces as much energy as it consumes over a year or even more. Such a building deploys a combination of the previously discussed energy efficiency strategies and then adds in renewable energy generation to fully offset energy consumption. The combination of reduced energy demand and the generation of enough renewable energy to cover the demand either on-site or off-site can also result in a net positive building, a building that produces more energy than it consumes. A building that achieves this balance plays a critical role in reducing the reliance on fossil fuels and traditional utility grids, leading to a decreased emissions and reduced energy expenses. Such buildings can serve as a crucial strategy in tracking climate change and represent a fundamental milestone toward achieving a sustainable future. Now let's talk about Passive House, PHEIS. Passive House is a rigorous voluntary standard for energy efficiency in a building, reducing its carbon footprint. It results in ultra-low energy buildings that require little energy for space heating or cooling. Benefits include improved indoor air quality, reduced energy costs, and increased comfort. Passive House certification is internationally recognized and requires buildings meet a set of performance requirements. The certification is achieved through an energy modeling process and verified through inspection and testing. PHEIS certified buildings must comply with the requirements of other standards such as DOE ZERH, EPA Indoor Air Plus, and EPA Energy Star. Passive building characteristics include continuous insulation, minimal thermal bridges, airtight building enclosure, optimized window performance and solar gain, balanced heat and moisture recovery ventilation, efficient, minimally sized active systems.
I'm going to invite Melissa Bunker. She's a Senior Vice President at the U.S. Green Building Council, and she is going to share with us some insights on the LEED Green Building Rating System. Welcome, Melissa.
For 30 years, the U.S. Green Building Council has been committed to a built environment that is environmentally and socially responsible, healthy, and leads to an improved quality of life. This work has engaged thousands of member organizations and countless individuals from every sector who've joined us on this journey, representing the forefront of green building practice and innovation. Together with our members, we established LEED, Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. With this green building certification, we established a baseline, a universally agreed upon holistic system for reducing the environmental impact of buildings and places. The LEED rating system provides a framework for high-performing buildings and spaces, and green buildings are a global solution for cities, communities, and neighborhoods. Through sustainable design, construction, and operations, green buildings reduce carbon emissions, save energy, and reduce waste. They also conserve water, prioritize safer materials, and lower our exposure to toxins. We focus on creating healthier spaces for people. They are critical to addressing climate change and enhancing resilience, with a focus on supporting more equitable communities. USGBC has helped transition the building and construction industries to be better for the environment, public health, people, and businesses. LEED certification is the ultimate recognition of global green building leadership, signaling that a project has undergone rigorous third-party verification and meets the highest green building standards. Today, there are nearly 110,000 LEED certified projects around the world, covering about 12 billion gross square feet. And in the US, there are over 41,000 certified projects, covering 6 billion square feet of space. And in Pennsylvania, there's roughly 1,500 LEED certified projects, covering over 200 million gross square feet of space. Now, USGBC is embarking on its next chapter. We're working with our members to develop the next version of the LEED rating system, LEED version 5. It's a significant step in the process that supports our alignment, the built environment's alignment, with the Paris Climate Accord targets, and addresses critical imperatives including equity, health, ecosystems, and resilience. This latest version of LEED will continue to be a powerful driver of market transformation, an enabler of actions on all projects, and a symbol of leadership for others to follow. As we continue our work, we depend on support from organizations and government partners. This includes the work we are doing with the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection Energy Programs Office to support agencies and communities to build a more sustainable life.
In summary, green building rating systems and certifications are voluntary, market-driven, and third-party assessment systems that measure the sustainability of buildings. They use a multi-criteria approach to encourage the adoption of environmentally, socially, and economically sustainable building design, construction, and operation practices. Here are some common assessment parameters across all these different building rating systems and certifications: energy efficiency, water efficiency, materials and resources, indoor environmental quality, site selection and development, sustainable sites, regional priority criteria, and innovation in design. The analysis done by the American Council for an Energy Efficient Economy focused on the 24 states that were included in a survey that was conducted by the Energy Information Administration. As shown in this table, a solar system costs about 17 to 23 cents per kilowatt hour produced. Las Vegas' estimate is lower because of its sunny conditions. Energy efficiency costs less. It's about 8 cents per kilowatt hour. Combining solar and energy efficiency is the least expensive option. It costs 3 to 6 cents less per kilowatt hour than solar alone. This analysis supports our view that solar can meet a much larger proportion of residential loads if efficiency is included. This is what we've covered in this module. We've provided a definition of green building rating systems. We've also described the common principles of green building rating systems. I will leave you with some concluding remarks. You can think of green building systems as providing a metrics for defining sustainability. You've heard the saying, what gets measured gets done. That's exactly what they do for you. They also provide accountability. The green building rating systems provide a shared vision for measuring environmental impact, and it also gets everybody on the same page. Finally, it's good for public relations. You get content for press release, for community engagement, and it increases the competitiveness for receiving awards. Good luck as you proceed with the journey of deploying the principles of green building systems.